I'll obviously cut this part out. Yeah. All right, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to JP Duncan Holistic Lifestyle. Today I got a great interview lined up with Claybourne. This is Adam, this is Christian. We've been homies for just under 2 years. It's been a hell of an experience. So today we have the honor and the privilege of being at their homestead. This is a beautiful 10-acre palace. It's the best way to put it for me. Yeah, but we'll get into that later. So we're going to jump into the interview and stick around to the end because there might be a guest appearance by 2 musicians who play a song that might not be released yet. I'm not too sure. Could happen. You have to stick around.
See how it flows.
See how it flows. We're not associated to it. Associated with.
Not gonna let it make us nervous.
Not attached. We're not attached. Unattached. So
neither should you.
So that said, Adam, Christian, just tell me a little bit about yourselves. Where are you guys from? What was life like growing up here?
Well, we're brothers.
Okay.
Ever since I was born.
Who's the younger? Who's the older brother?
Christian's the oldest.
I'm the older, Adam's the younger.
Yeah.
Yep.
4 years apart.
4 years.
So we didn't always get along.
And you guys have any other siblings?
Yeah, we have 4 older sisters.
What?
We have a big family.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild. What was it like growing up with 4 sisters?
They were a lot older. They were a lot older than me.
Yeah.
You know, so I was kind of like, they were old enough to pick me up and be like, "Oh, baby, like it's my baby." You know?
Yeah.
So it was a different experience. It was more like having a bunch of aunts, kind of, but still closer connection. You know.
Yeah. I guess you didn't have anything to compare it to because it's the only thing you experienced.
Right. But it was cool.
Yeah.
Taught us how to be around girls, and like especially when they would bring all their friends from high school over, and I'm like 5 years old, and I'm like, this is cool. You know, like
yeah.
practicing like the feelings of like, whoa, it's a pretty girl, from a very young age. So it was beneficial.
Yeah.
Yeah, it shows up.
I could imagine. Huh.
Mhm.
And then we're in Placerville. Is it Placerville or Placerville?
It looks like Placerville, but it's Placerville. And I
Placer?
think Placer is the stuff that they find with the gold, so it's an old gold mining town.
Ah.
So
Yeah, and this is what, in Northern California?
halfway between Sacramento and Tahoe.
Nice.
So.
And we're in the foothills. We're what, 2,000 feet right now.
A little over.
You call this what, the grasslands?
Foothills.
Foothills?
Yeah. Call it the base of the mountain.
Huh. It's pretty sweet.
So it's where all the forest starts.
Yeah, so how did you guys get involved in music? We're here at your house. Do you guys have any influence growing up? Or, I mean, Christian, you played the drums primarily.
Yeah.
Adam, you pretty much play the guitar and sing. So where did this come from? Did it just like, I don't know. I don't know because that's why I'm interviewing you. I was like, what happened? How did this come about?
Well, Christian was playing music years before I picked up anything. Because he was like, yeah, I'll take piano lessons from Grandma.
So Grandma taught you piano.
Yep. Our grandma played piano, so she taught me. And our mom was a singer in church, so music was kind of in our family. After I learned piano, then I learned drums, and that was like an instrument that my dad always wanted to learn, so just runs in our veins, I guess. But yeah, our whole lives we've always listened to music in the house.
We grew up,
danced to it.
Yeah, like after our bath when we were super little, they would like blast music in the speakers in the living room. And there's old videos of us, and we're just like running around in our underwear and diapers, like in circles to the music until like we get tired enough to go to bed. But so music, you know, it was like we were dancing and listening to Santana and, you know,
Just good music.
Fleetwood Mac. Yeah, good music. Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine that being very common in traditional American homes, just to be blasting music and letting little 5-year-olds run around at 9.
It's the 90s, man.
Just to have
It's
fun.
like the 90s radio, like on TV, like the station on the
Yeah.
channel. You know?
So it sounds like your parents have had a pretty big influence on your life.
Yeah.
Is that a fair statement?
Absolutely.
How has mom and dad supported you?
Well, they raised us.
They
Well,
taught
I
us
mean,
everything we know.
This
Yeah,
is obvious,
everything.
right?
Yeah,
They taught you everything. But I mean,
Yeah.
specifically, let's say with music. have they been supportive? Did they ever say anything?
The support was a big thing, because anything you step into artistically where you're like, okay, I'm gonna try to get good at this or pursue it, like it sounds messy at first. Like if you're trying to learn an instrument, it just sounds bad at first. But they supported it.
Yeah.
Yeah, made it comfortable and okay for me to like be allowed in my room, trying to record or like figure out how my voice can do something that guy can do that I really like, you know, because it's messy and stuff. So yeah, there's support.
Yeah. Well, what is even last night I got here, I was talking to your parents. You guys started playing music, and I was like, even a couple of times I was like, wow, they're playing really loud. And like you're stomping your foot on the ground and the fucking drapes are like shaking and the water's like bouncing. I'm like, fuck, dude, he's going into it. And your parents are just sitting there and they're just grooving. Like I think your dad's just like stomping his foot too, you know, so they're just grooving. I mean, it shouldn't be the shock to me that you would have these support systems here, like mom and dad. And
it's such a foreign it's such a foreign concept today, like,
and they support me and I play my music and it's cool. Like,
yeah, it's like, wow, amazing when you keep it balanced and kind of like follow nature's recipe for like having a kid.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, it works out, but it's such an abnormal thing that it does kind of surprise us, and it surprises me too. Like I go around the world and I have all my friends, you know, and marriages everywhere fall apart and broken families all over the place, more today than probably ever.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so it's just like, wow. And then that's the gift
Yeah.
for me, and then that's my obligation to like share, because it's like, yeah, I'm super blessed, like how can I share that, because other people are not. I mean, are in their own ways, but this is on another level.
Yeah. What were you saying?
It's just the fact that our parents supported us to be ourselves no matter what. Just
Yeah.
be who you are. They never wanted to control that aspect. And that's all you really have to do to allow somebody to be creative, is just to let them create themselves, you know. Just
Yeah.
be who you are.
Exactly.
You know? And that's the support that we got from them. So yeah, that's invaluable. I mean, it's just priceless.
They always said, just be better than us.
Yeah. Well, and it was wild last night because, as I was telling you guys this morning, I never heard any parents talk about astrology as much as your parents. And you had said that they didn't really study astrology until you started studying astrology.
Yeah.
And now it's just this central theme where, oh, he's a Leo and a Capricorn, and like, oh, I introduced my Aries friend to this other Aries friend, and
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that's so cool. Like, oh, you play music? Yeah, good job, son. Like, yeah. And then you're doing astrology, and he's like, yeah, he's a Capricorn, fucking dick. You know? Just joking. I'm fucking joking with myself. You know? He's a Capricorn, hella cool guy, super grounded, successful as fuck. So I think that's
awesome.
wild. I mean, it's almost uncommon.
Yeah. We're blessed.
Yeah.
Really blessed.
Wow. So, you guys have lived here in Placerville for a majority of your life, and then you went on your own quest. Is this right? You guys said ciao to mom and dad here in California, and you went to Hawaii, and you lived in Hawaii for 3 years.
No.
Okay.
Hawaii was the first place we traveled to.
And how young were you guys?
I was 17, just out of high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would have been 21, 22.
Okay.
A couple years ago.
Yeah, but it could have been anywhere. But that was just the place that made the most
Yeah.
sense, you know. But it was just us like recognizing, okay, we have to jump off the cliff and learn how to fly. You know, we have to go see, you know, go shut ourselves out in the world and see what stays. You know,
Yeah.
like, who are we?
Exactly.
Learn yourself in different environments, because being with family and the same friends your whole life, like, you have to step back, because they'll kind of keep you with who you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They're comfortable with who you are,
But if-
as you are.
But if you leave and change, and it's very evident in that change, then they can you can kind of reach a clean state where people will stop seeing you for what they think you are, because they haven't seen you in such a long time that it's like, oh,
Yeah.
there's something else here.
So that was your experience going to Hawaii and living in Hawaii for 3 years.
Yeah, so Hawaii led to Humboldt, and then Hawaiian Humboldt led to going to Maine and spending over a year on the road, up and down the East Coast doing grounding camps, meeting you,
Yeah.
doing shows, recording, meditations.
Exactly. What about for you, Christian? What was it like moving to Hawaii for the first time by yourself?
Oh, it was awesome.
Not having mom and dad there.
Yeah.
You're 20, 21 years old. Like,
Yeah. One of the best places to just like begin being on our own, just because it's an island and it's so magical, and
Yeah,
there's that aloha spirit, which is totally unique to Hawaii.
it's true.
So it was a really supportive environment for being the first place that we'd ever, left to.
Yeah.
So magical.
And any key or any memorable events happen in Hawaii for you? You meet anyone?
Oh,
Did
man.
you
Yeah.
like experience anything that was? I mean, it was 3 years. I could imagine
It
that.
was completely life-changing in every way.
Is there a story you could think of someone or something you did which had some impact on you in a constructive way?
Do you have one? Do you have one about Maui?
There was a lot.
Because we farmed a lot. We were on a lot of crazy farms.
Yeah.
Um,
So just hard work.
Can you rephrase the question? Potent experiences.
Yeah. I mean, you went to Hawaii for 3 years.
We were there for a year total,
Okay.
months at a time. We
You're in
flew home
Hawaii
a few
for a year.
And then
On this adventure, on this journey,
Yeah.
did any challenging situations come up, or any rewarding
Yeah.
situations that you could remember and put them in a story context? Like, tell me about the experience. Do you want me to reframe the question?
you just did pretty good.
I can maybe verify that or refine it a little bit more.
I think the craziest thing was just living in a van
Okay.
and being homeless and just having the van and having the insurance and the gas bills to pay, and
So you lived in a van during your time.
we made money playing music.
We went there and we were safe, so we were still a very significant thing about Maui. Is we went there and we were on a farm for a month and it was stable, it supported us and it was safe. But we left California and went there to not be safe. We went there to not sell our time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we bought a van for $800 from a couple lesbian traveler girls who had bought it like a week before, So the cars are kind of just handed around on Maui like that. So
Yeah.
we get one, and then we start living out of it, and then shortly after that, our money's stolen. So it's like, gotta play music on the street on the busiest nights. On the tourist side of the island is where all this was happening, Lahaina, the west side of Maui.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was just that. It was like, okay, we're here, and sometimes you have to take it a step further and be like, how can I challenge myself even more?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't enough. We were selling our time. It's like, no, our time is precious,
Exactly.
very precious.
Do something meaningful with it.
Figure out what meaning is for yourself.
Well, yeah. Right. That's the journey.
It takes time to figure out what that is.
And it's almost as though you have no idea where you're going to find the meaning, then you have these ideas of where it might be, and then the only thing you can do is fill into it
Try something different.
and just keep on shifting until you find that meaningful thing. And music has been that meaningful thing for you guys?
Yeah, it's been the guiding, it's like, without the music, it would be like, what are we doing?
Absolutely.
But with the music, it's like, it gives us the excuse
Mm-hmm.
to do the things that we do, because
Right.
we're spreading something, we're bringing something, to the table,
Yeah.
rather than just like, I don't know, more ideas and more words or,
Yeah.
more head talk. Something more expressive. So,
So how did the music start, Christian? What did it was it one day you were playing the drums and you heard Adam playing guitar and you're
Well,
like, hey bro, let's
yeah.
do this shit? Or how did it come up for you? How did it all start?
Well,
Because your band's name is Claybourne, right?
and that's Adam's middle name.
Okay.
And music, for us, started like not until he was 17, and I was like 21, 22-ish.
Uh-huh.
And so I was in metal bands and rock bands and in bands and stuff, and then Adam was starting to write his own songs. And eventually I quit my band because it wasn't what I was into. It wasn't the scene that I was really enjoying, you know. And me and Adam were just like, well, we got to go to Hawaii. We got to get out of here and go on an adventure. And you know, so then I just started playing percussion for him and his music, and that was the vibe that I was like wanting at the time too, which was something soulful and more soft and not the rock scene that I was just into. So it was a perfect complement to what I was searching for. And being in Hawaii, traveling together made us like really work on our crafts together, work on what we wanted to actually develop. Because
we recognized we would be more powerful if we worked together. So that's really kind of what has kept it going.
Well, and there is this harmony between the two of you, which you can physically hear and even see when you two are together. There's this this flow between you. And I heard it the first time you played music. I was like, oh, that's odd. How do they sound similar in their harmony and their melody when they play? It's in sync. And then someone told me you were brothers. Oh, fuckers. Figured it out, man. I just heard the Hotman sisters, and there's two sisters who play music out of, I don't know, Nebraska, I believe. And there's something about their harmony and how the music sounds together. It's very clean and crisp.
Oh, yeah. It's the skull shape. So if you're siblings, your skull is a similar shape. It's coming from
Same
the
mom
two,
and dad.
Yeah, two same skeletons. So it's a blend. We were Dick's vocal coach, professional singer lady explained that to us. She was all like, "That's why it sounds good." You guys sound good.
So there's actual
tones.
physical attributes that contribute to the harmony of y'all's voices working together.
The tone.
Yeah.
The tone.
The texture.
The shape of our cranium.
So
Because
that's wild.
The voice
That's wild
it
to
resonates.
consider.
The sound, it comes.
Bounces off.
Especially when you're going really loud, you know, it's all coming out up here.
That's wild. Could I put you on the spot? And do you guys like sing something, like just do a tone like ah, and would it sound the same way?
If we just did an ah,
Yeah.
maybe, or verse from.
I'm curious.
Go for it. Do a note and I'll.
Oh, dude, that's so odd. Have you both on one side of me doing that
It's
shit?
like binaural beats.
Dude. $600 an hour service.
Yeah.
Two of you just singing on some movie. Like,
That works.
Whoa, bro.
That does work, actually.
Yeah.
damn. That's something else. Okay, so. Wow. So, where else do we go from this? Is there anything else you guys want to add? I mean, I feel this is a good intro. Good intro video. I feel we could do several of these interviews. I mean,
I know.
off camera we have some pretty fucking great conversations. I mean, if we could capture a fragment of that essence
some
on,
of the
Just gotta
deeper.
record
on
ourselves.
video,
Yeah.
that would be something else.
Record us
Well,
talking.
well, cool. Where can people find out more information about you guys? You guys got anything lined up? Anything else you want to say? Individually, what do you guys? I know you each do your own. You have music, which is roughly together. And then Adam, you do some things on the side. Christian, you do some things on the side. So you guys have your own hustles. You know?
So in January, the grounding camp that's happening, we'll be there playing music and hanging out. And it's cool there because we can share all of our different things. I can talk to people about the things I do, and you can have awesome talks about astrology and So
So
we'll
you
be
do
there.
art though too, right? You paint pictures.
I paint, nature.
Yeah. Cool, dope, beautiful landscapes.
It supports the music, and the music supports it. So I feel like every time I can make a good painting, and then I go to record, I can get a good recording.
Oh, beautiful.
It's like building my mind, getting ready for success, kind of. Like,
Yeah.
oh, that looks good on the painting, and then I'm like, I know what it feels like to do something and get a good result, and then it makes it easier to do it again.
So it's almost as though your art is your music, and your music is your art, in just different forms, right? So with the music, it's less tangible because you can't hold the sounds you create, but with the picture, you can see it.
Yeah.
Mm.
It takes a while to be able to hold the sounds. once you record
That's
it.
that's rarefied level, like the
Well,
top
a
of the
CD,
pyramid. Mm.
you know, holding it, check it out.
Yeah.
But it's hard getting it to that point.
level. Yeah. And then Christian, what about yourself?
I practice astrology, so I offer astrology readings, and you can find all information for that at christianklausner.com, which is just my name. So it's ChristiAN, and then Klausner is Klausner.
Yeah.
And everything's on there.
And we could put all this in the show notes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So for our music and the stuff I do, there's claybournemusic.com.
But the next big show you guys are going to be doing is at Grounding Camp or Grounding Man in January, Austin, Texas.
Yeah, that's the only thing we have planned right now.
Okay. So next live performance.
We had a couple gigs set up, and then one of them got canceled, and we're just not going to do the other one.
Right.
And focus more on recording.
So if you guys want to see some dope music live in person,
and do a whole lot of other cool stuff. Grounding Camp in January.
Yeah. Okay. So that said, would you guys be open to playing some music right now?
I'm down.
Just do a song, maybe something you haven't released yet.
Yeah,
I know you're gonna launch an album soon, is this right?
We'll see.
We'll see.
I've been saying that for years.
We'll see.
It'll come out when it
It'll
comes
happen.
out, but there's a lot getting recorded right now. There's a lot more progress now than there ever has been.
Right.
So something's
happening.
I can get a handful of songs, and then it's like, eventually, it gets too heavy, and then I have to let them out. You know. So
Yeah.
I have a decent amount now, and the pressure will probably build, and then I'll post them.
Yeah. Solid. Well, thank you guys. Until the next time.
Thank you, Duncan.
Thank you, man.
And stoked to listen to this song. So I'll step out of the frame, and you guys do your due.
Cool.
Do our due.
Yeah, man.
So this song is called Depression Through Expression. And it's about the process of low lows, and then confronting the issue, and then deciding a higher, healthier way to be. Ready?
What's seeking might be lost now. I swear I'm standing on solid ground till I collapse the floor erodes. We're spinning upside down now. Our luck is fucked, and time could choke out all the meaning from before. I'm home.